Hi everyone, welcome back to our channel. This is Matt and Sarah and I am Sarah. Today, you probably know what I am up to. I'm going through our seeds, seeing what we have because it is already January and I need to get our seeds ordered. In years past, I never ordered so early. I always waited until spring until I was ready to plant. And honestly, I just picked up whatever our local suppliers had for seeds. But the last few years, I've been ordering earlier and earlier. This year, I might be a few days behind, but I tried to get our seeds ordered in early January. So let's see what we've got. So I know these little photo totes are every gardener's new best friend. And I absolutely love mine. I just got it last year and it's really helping me really quick visualize everything I want in the garden because I already have all my categories laid out on the containers, so then I can just see what I'm missing of those categories. I've got some seeds that need to be taken care of that we saved. I've got some others that are just too big. They don't fit in the containers. And then I've got my notes. I've got a bunch of notes on my phone I've been taking all year of different varieties people have mentioned and things like that. So hopefully that helps us come up with a good list this year. So I'm gonna start right at the beginning with our beans. I have quite a few bean seeds in here that aren't green beans that I haven't grown yet, at least from what I can remember. Oh, actually just one container. So I have one container of light red kidney beans that I would love to grow, but we haven't been able to devote the time or space to them. I know, if I can recall from my notes, I think I want to plant a pound of green beans this year. I'm going to just double check that real quick. All right, I finally found it. Plant 1 pound of green bean seeds for a year's worth of canned green beans, equaling 1 quart a week. So that means I need 1 pound of green beans. I've got some jade bush beans that weren't planted last year from Botanical Interest, some contender bush beans. These we did plant quite a few of these, so I have some of these, and I've got some red swan bush beans from Baker Creek. I don't think I planted any of these last year. And I know if I dig through my pile here, I've got some bean seeds in here somewhere. There we go. It looks like I saved these last year as bush green beans and I couldn't remember what variety they were. I know I planted quite a bit of the contender bush beans, so they might have been those. Or they might just be an unknown variety, which is okay too. Got quite a few herbs in here. I need to get those bottled up too. Some radish seeds that need to be, what do you call them, shucked? Would you call it shucked? Is that right? Onion seeds, same thing. Ooh. So it looks like it was a little wet. Some sunflower seeds, I'm gonna have to toss those. Like anything, I had good intentions of taking care of all my seeds right away, but easier said than done sometimes. So a lot got thrown in bags. That's the second bag of onions I found in here that I forgot about. Should have put those in the fridge. Here's some more unlabeled green beans. So many onion seeds. I don't think I'll be buying those this year. All right. So I think I know what I have now as far as beans go. So I got the kidney beans, and then we've got these 3 packs and this of beans. So let's weigh them and see if we've got a pound of green beans. So it looks like I'm gonna need quite a few more green beans. So I'm just gonna make a note of that. I'm not even sure what variety I'm gonna buy yet, but I know I want probably about 3 times. Oh, I was weighing my kidney beans. Let's try that again. I'm not going to count those into my green bean totals. We just ate our last jar of green beans from last year's garden. I didn't can too many, but I also didn't have a lot planted. Nothing on there. There we go. So I still think at least 3 times this. So let's do, let's see how much is in one of these. It's almost like a pack per ounce. This one's only half an ounce actually. Let's see. Oofda, that's gonna be a lot of green beans. There's almost a double, at least weight wise, in the Baker Creek seeds as the botanical interest. That's interesting. So anyways, let's see. So I've got 1, 2, 3. Count these as being 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. This is like 8 packages of regular green beans. So I'm gonna do 16 packs or 3/4 pound. Some places you can actually buy seeds in bigger packages than these little ones. So I'm just gonna write that down. That's a lot of green beans. All right, and I'm gonna get these back in the container. All right, I know we liked contender. I'm just gonna make a note of that. I think there was another variety we liked too, but I don't recall the name. I'm kind of tempted to almost buy even more green beans just because I want to be able to save a lot of our seeds like we did this year. If we bought 16 more packs, that's like having maybe like 4 packs of seeds worth that we saved, and that's it. So not too much. All right, broccoli and cauliflower I think I'm pretty good on. Let's take a look. I never planted that one. Never planted this one. These are seeds I've saved. Oh yeah, I've got plenty. So it looks like, I think this was the name's off, but early snow or something, cauliflower, and the calabrese broccoli. That's what we've planted in the past. So I don't know if we'll do those again. I actually have, it looks like a cauliflower variety from Johnny Seeds and a broccoli from M.I. Gardner that I had written fall on, so I must have wanted to plant those in the fall and it just didn't work out. And then I have some save seed. It says they may have crossed with each other, but saved them nonetheless. All right, so that's good. Don't need to worry about that. Cabbage. That's what we've been planting, this early Jersey Wakefield cabbage. How many seeds are in here? 100 seeds I think will be good. I also have 2 varieties here, Copenhagen. I can't tell what this is. This must be a hybrid one for planting in the fall that I never actually planted. We didn't actually really get much of anything off our cabbage last year. We planted it in that part of our garden that just things don't grow super well in. Every head of cabbage I get I feel like is a success. All right, I really need carrots. We've got 1 package of Atomic Reds. These are also Atomic Reds. Apparently we didn't like these. All right, so we need carrots. Our plan is we hope to fill the greenhouse, one of the beds 2 times this year for carrots. I would love to just fill the beds completely full and then freeze all the carrots from it. And then I'd love to do a whole nother bed and can all of those carrots. I am not really a huge canned carrot fan, but having them on the shelf has been so nice for something quick or just kind of to throw in soup, make it go a little bit farther. Our celery, well, that one says 250 seeds. I can't imagine I've planted that much. Yeah, there's plenty in here. All right, so I'm not gonna worry about celery. Cucumbers. I don't think I saved any cucumber seeds this year. I probably have so many, that's probably why. All right, oh, our Parisian pickling cucumbers. These ones are our favorite. We got these from Seed Savers, so I will definitely be planting those. And there's just quite a few other varieties in here. Maybe not our favorites, but we shouldn't need any, that's for sure. We did try planting some of these kind of fun things last year, and they didn't actually grow. The Armenian yardlong, I kind of forgot how bad our cucumbers did last year. They really did do bad. The Kikuzi squash we planted, those didn't grow. That bug issue. More Parisian pickling cucumber seeds we saved, and more Parisian. We should be good. That one's definitely our favorite. So if we can grow that one, I'm happy. So don't need any cucumber seeds. Flowers. I probably shouldn't even look through flowers. All right, I want to make sure I have sunflowers, and I think I have quite a few seeds I've saved. Wildflowers. Tried growing some amaranth last year. It didn't get too big, but it's pretty. Looks like we still have some sunflower seeds. Coneflowers. Got some of those growing in the greenhouse still. You know know what? I think we might be good on flour. All these different flower seeds we saved. These are just, I think, just random wildflowers. These ones I didn't even take off the heads yet. They're not saved in the best way. I can't tell what these ones were. These I think are zinnias. Here's some sunflowers, some little sunflower seeds. And then here's some, these are going to be smaller sunflower seeds too that I didn't get taken apart. I did have to toss the mammoth sunflowers because they were starting to mold. I hadn't gotten to them in time. What else we got? Here's some more sunflowers, little ones. Wildflowers, marigolds. I think these are all veggies. What was herbs? I think what I'm going to do is just write down to order mammoth sunflower seeds or something large if we have a little extra in our budget. I just really love having those in the back of the garden. I was reading something the other day that anything planted next to a sunflower can't grow, and I thought it was the funniest article because I don't know, I've never had issues growing things next to sunflowers, so I didn't take it with too much sincerity, but I thought it was interesting. These are labeled pineapple tomatillos, which I think they're like a ground cherry actually. I don't know that I'll plant them. We had such an issue with the tomatillos a few years back that I'm in no hurry to plant them again. And these are watermelon seeds. This must be our fruit. Matt and I have tried throughout the years to just make sure these are still good. Oops. I think it's just cold in here. I thought they were actually wet. They're just cold. Watermelons. We've tried to plant a new fruit every single year, and so that's been kind of fun. Some fruits stay and some fruits go, but all pear seeds. These ones I collected from somebody. Apple seeds I collected from somebody. This was was a muskmelon that I actually got from like a farmer's market that everybody really enjoyed. Planted those last year and our chickens ate all of our watermelons and all of our cantaloupe, and it was such a bummer. So it looks like I even have rhubarb seeds, and then I just save, when I buy a new tree, I just save each of the tags for it because it's got all the care instructions and everything on it, and then I can remember what variety I planted. So it looks like the blueberries in the garden are a Chippewa blueberry. Chippewa? And I know. And our friends Rich and Holly over at the Old Sweets Farm last year came over during the summer and brought us this wonderful watermelon, and you know I saved some seeds from that. So those are going to go in here too. Hopefully we can get lots of fruit planted this year, and hopefully the chickens don't get it. Greens. These are something that I probably won't be growing a lot of. I definitely probably won't be buying more of. We have lots of little things here and there that I've collected over the years, some of which, like quinoa, I've probably had these seeds for 2 or 3 years, and I would love to grow a lot more over by the bees across the ravine, but we'll see. It's always hard finding time for everything. So quinoa, broom corn, and this is some decorative corn. Those would all be fun things to grow, but definitely not something we need. I really want to try growing rice, but I don't really have the setup or anything for that. I was looking at growing it in kind of like the kiddie pools, but one day maybe. All right, next one is greens. This one's super important to us. All right, we've got some kale left. I'm going to kind of set my spinach aside. Ooh. Some of these packages, I can't tell if they're just cold or wet. Nothing sprouted in there or molded, so it looks fine. I'm going to set all my spinach aside because that one's really important for us to have. I ended up getting some extra mustard last year, so I know I have plenty of that. Lettuce, collards, arugula. I never even planted it last year. More spinach. Radicchio, am I saying it right now? More spinach, mustard. These are kind of some like fun ones to try, these machi and minutina. More lettuce, more spinach. I think it might be okay on spinach. That was the one I wanted to make sure we had a lot of. Mustard, more lettuce. What's this one? celtis. Oh, that was kind of fun to try. It was kind of like a stalk of celery with leaves like lettuce. These are a lot of those like mixes. Botanical Interest sent us a lot of these thank you ones every time we ordered, and I haven't actually planted many of those. And then we have a similar mix here too. They're kind of fun. So I know I have lots of lettuce. Here's some more baby spinach. Oh, a few more. So I'd say I'm good on lettuce for sure. We have lots of spinach, but we eat lots of spinach. So I think we're good. I think we're good. It's so easy to save spinach seed too, so I'm not too worried about that. I know I can save the seed fairly well. And then this is all we have for kale, but this actually seems like quite a bit. Quite a bit. So I think that'll be good. I haven't saved kale seed before. I assume it's something similar to spinach, but I think we're good. So I'm trying to think of any other greens that I would really want, and I feel like spinach, kale, and lettuce are pretty much it. I might be forgetting something. Feel free to comment down below if you think I forgot something that I need to plant, because I'm not opposed to placing an additional seed order if this doesn't cover everything. Green ones is so full. All right, our herbs. This is the one that I need to be sure we have everything. So we need to have dill, we need to have basil, and those are probably the most important too. What am I forgetting? Dill, basil, cilantro. Those are probably the most important. And I do want to keep growing some more herbs. Cumin and rosemary. Fennel I kind of want to grow, but I had trouble getting it to go to seed, which is what I would like. So looks like we have some dill, some cilantro, lemon balm. I never grew that. Oh, parsley. So we got quite a bit of parsley. Basil. I know I grew the wrong type of basil this year. So if this is what I grew, I didn't care for it. A dwarf Greek basil. I might grow it just for the bees somewhere, because we didn't care for it, but it was really pretty. It ended up looking like a great big bush with flowers coming out of it. But I know I have written on my phone some varieties of basil I want to grow, just kind of a more typical, to be able to use it for pesto and things like that. Oregano, chamomile. Did I use all these seeds? I did not use all my chamomile seeds. Okay, great. More oregano. Some of these, sometimes I think I just saved the empty container because I wasn't really sure. Especially with the herbs, I didn't want to forget to plant something that I was trying. So I have oregano, so I'm not going to worry about that. I'm just going to make a note on here which one I grew last year. So this last year I grew Italian oregano. It's an all oregano Italian. I'd like to think it's all Italian. Thyme, it looks like I planted all of it. I didn't actually harvest any of this, which is my fault. The pot is actually still in the greenhouse, so maybe I'll order more, maybe not. Sage, it looks like there's still quite a bit in here. And cumin, calendula, mint. The mint I grew this year I didn't like. Looks like I grew, it just is common. So mint, I need to figure that out. I did not like that. I kept trying to tell myself that it was too hot, and that's why I didn't like the mint. And then fennel, but I don't think that was the case. All right, I need more dill because I do not have too much dill. I actually did save a lot of dill seed heads for pickles, so I don't see why I couldn't save these. They're all just hung up and air dried. So I could have saved probably quite a bit of that. That's all dill seed. This one's like dill weed, which I like to use as an herb. But this might be all I have for dill seed. I might still have some in my freezer, so I think those should be enough with this. So really just mint, basil, maybe thyme if I want to grow it again, and then if I want to try any new herbs. I just try to think of what I use a lot of, and I feel like I've already covered those bases. Garlic powder would honestly be the thing I need to grow a lot of for seasoning wise. Alright, so this one is onions, and alright, I wrote onions, shallots, chives, and leeks were in here. I started these inside on March 1st. Oh, and I wrote down how I started my onions because that was new this year. So I'm pretty sure, Oh, some of these got moldy. Shoot, that whole bag is lost. All right, so do better than I. When you harvest all your seeds and they're dried, collect them and put them away. I haven't gotten to it. So I know these are onion seeds because they're just this tiny little black seed. I can't even tell how tiny it is. You can just tell how dark it is. So I'm gonna put those in here. I don't know if those are red, white onions, whatnot. There's some in here. These ones look fine. So this is kind of what the dried flower heads look like. Let's see if I can pull it out without spilling it everywhere. So this is the dried flower head, and the seeds are just literally falling right out. They're just these little tiny black seeds. So we started 1,000 onions last year, and then we put them in the garden. It took a lot of effort to get them all in the garden, and we didn't weed them all. All our onions we weeded did fairly well. The ones we didn't all died or were about this big at the end of the season. And I did actually save those to plant again so that I could get seed this year, and they were still in this basket, so they had gotten moldy. They were just in plastic bags. I should have planned better with them. Radishes, oh, so there's some more onion seeds. Well, these are all flowers. So I do have quite a bit of onions. I thought I wrote down how many I had. The funny thing is, it might be on the other bag. I know I counted how many onion seeds I collected. So anyways, I want to make sure I have 1,000 total. So I probably have at least a couple hundred here. I think it was like 200 or 300 per head is what I had gathered. So there's probably 3 or 4, maybe 5 heads in here. So I probably only need to order like 500. Also have chives in here. There's no shallots. I accidentally planted those last year in the spring, and they're supposed to be planted in the fall, so that was my mistake. And then leeks were something I wanted to try last year, and I didn't. So I can try those this year. I will have to make sure I can plant those in the spring though before I get too invested in them. I don't know if I want to grow green onions. I grew green onions this last year, and I didn't cut them till like the end of the season, and then I just dried them all and threw them in a jar because I hadn't used them. We tend to cook a lot of like stir fries, and they're so good with green onions on top, but we tend to do that more out of season. So I don't know. Peppers. All right, our bell pepper, we just have had good luck with this King of the North bell pepper, so I will probably plant more of those. It looks like I just saved the packet. Okay, see any. And we planted these this year. Cal Wonder red bell pepper. So as far as bells, we need bell peppers. We have 0. I don't usually save bell pepper seeds. I think, there we go. I have this many saved. It says, I'm not sure what variety they are. One of these two. I saved them last year. They may have cross-pollinated. Don't plant them unless you can't get other pepper seeds. Plant them if I can't get any others. I'm not too worried about that though. Okay, hot peppers. We've got jalapenos. Oh, here, we also have lunchbox peppers. I feel like we do lunchbox peppers every year. There's some seeds I saved too. Same deal with the other ones. I don't know if I'm gonna buy any this year. We do lunchbox peppers probably every year, but really I would much rather use that space for a full bell pepper. The kids do like them though. Alright, so we've got jalapenos and nadapenos. A lot of seeds left in both of those. Got cayenne peppers. A couple years ago these grew really well, and I still have powder saved. It's probably like 3 or 4 years old now. And Tabasco peppers. Those did not do that well this year, but I think we're good on hot peppers. I think we'll order some bell pepper seeds. All right, pumpkins and squash. I think we're pretty good on this. Maybe we need zucchini. We've got the, I probably am not pronouncing this right, Musqui de Provence Long Island cheese pumpkins. These ones are actually a squash. Cornfield pumpkin squash. Just kind of looks like a flat pumpkin. Some gourds, didn't grow those last year. Pie pumpkins. All right, what do we have for zucchini? Oh, we've still got a few in here. I usually only do maybe 4 fills of zucchini. That's probably enough. And I have some seeds I saved last year. So we should be good on pumpkins and zucchini unless we want to grow something special. I want to be the person who saves squash and puts it in our cellar and just eats it all year, but no one in our house likes squash. So maybe one day I'll do some just for fun. We did butternut a few years back. Or was it butternut? No. Spaghetti squash. We grew spaghetti squash. And that was fun, but we got real sick of spaghetti squash. All right, radishes. Turnips, radishes, more radishes, rutabaga, kohlrabi. I'd say we're good on radishes, turnips, rutabaga. I think it was the turnip greens we really liked. There's quite a few in here, so I'm not going to actually order more of that. And these are all radish seeds too. So is this bag. These all need to be taken care of yet. I think some of these I got out, but I've got so many pods yet to open up, so I'm grateful those didn't get all moldy if one of them was bad. Tomatoes. All right, the true like we need to order for the garden. I don't think I saved any tomato seeds this year. Let's see what we have. Oh yeah, there's some in here. Okay, so we've got those Wisconsin Chief. So those are probably like a medium-sized, just the perfect red tomato. The Sun Gold cherry tomatoes, I think we only did like one plant. I think actually made it to our garden. I think we started 3 or 4 of those, but only one plant ever made it to the garden. All right, so here's the ones we did last year that are gone. Trip L crop, Cherokee purple. I feel like there's seeds in here. Oh, there are. I should double check that Trip L crop too. All right. It's kind of fun when you have like just a couple seeds of a variety, because then I can still plant them and still kind of use my budget a little bit to buy more tomato seeds. Well, there's probably like 4 left. What else do we have? The San Marzano. These were San Marzano Lungo number 2. I really liked these this last year. This is Granny Cantrell. Those are really fun. Just kind of a really big, they were more of a pink tomato. All right, Italian heirloom. These are my favorite. I think I'm actually gonna toss these seeds because I don't know if you remember this last year, but we ended up having all of these belly button style tomatoes and the whole top was green, and the only thing I could attribute it to was my Italians that I had planted that may have crossed, but the Italian heirloom tomatoes were our favorite and I couldn't find them last year. And so I just planted the seeds I had saved just in case. I should probably write down that's a tomato. Martino's Roma. I feel like we didn't love those. Oh, I got a lot more of the San Marzano and the Granny Cantrell. Oh, last year, this was so funny. We got all done starting our tomatoes, and then I realized I had some Amish paste tomatoes, and I never actually planted them. So it'll be fun to try those this year. I think if we do those Italian heirlooms, between that and all that's in here will probably be good, but I have one more tomato. You're back. It's those giant crimson tomatoes. These are from M.I. Gardner, so I just have 5 of those seeds, but I'm going to put those in here so they're all together. I will order some Italian heirlooms, but other than that, I think I'm pretty good. I actually forgot to see what was in here, so I thought that was kind of funny. I glanced at it out of frame and realized I do have some Mammoth sunflower seeds, so I'm actually going to cross those off my list and not worry so much about planting those, because it looks like we have just about every sunflower variety we could have, and lots of flower varieties in general. Let's see what else is in here. A lot of empty containers, so I think I'm going to toss a bunch of these. Some borage. Oh, this must have been what I planted. Okay, so I planted top crop green beans, so those are going to be the seeds I saved. So I might just make note of that in my beans. So I will probably still order a different variety because it's fun to try them. We'll be planting just bush green beans though, I'm sure. These are those Italian heirlooms that I'll be ordering more of. I think I got these from Seed Savers. I always try to check out Am I Gardener first for seeds. And there's actually a local Minnesota company that opened a few years ago that I will check probably first too. Peonies. So many things I need to get planted. But I think that's it as far as going through the seeds. So let's see what we need. After going through everything, I need to order green beans, about 16 packs or 3/4 of a pound. That seems like a lot. I probably am not doing the math accurately on that, but a lot of green beans I would like to order, and then hopefully I can find the room and time to plant them all. Carrots, I need to order a lot of carrots. We only had the atomic red. Basil, and I want to plant a certain variety. I think it is just like an Italian basil. Thyme, possibly. Mint, I need to find a new variety. If you know what kind of mint is used just in mojitos, will you leave a link down below, because I kind of think I just am not buying the right mint the last few years. But anyways, a whole bunch of onion seeds. I'd like to try leeks. We'll need bell peppers, and I'd like to buy Italian heirlooms. Past that, we're hoping to try a new fruit this year, so I'm not sure what that's going to be. We currently have strawberries, raspberries, blueberries that don't do so well, but we have them, blueberries, apple trees, and pear trees, and I did try hardy kiwi last year, and unfortunately it died. So I don't know if I would try that again. I do also want to try elderberry this year, and I can't remember the planting time on that. But I'm going to go through my seed catalogs, and I'll get back with you once I've got my order placed, and I can let you know what I got. I realized I had quite a few notes about different things. Potatoes, which potatoes I wanted to order. A lot of variety notes of what I wanted to do differently. One thing we had talked about was growing a peppercini pepper, so I might look into that. And we decided we wanted to grow a little bit more cilantro after Matt and I were talking. The kids had expressed that they wanted to grow cucamelons and snap peas around their fort. So we might have to get some of those. And then I was looking at comfrey, which I might actually be able to get from a friend. But if not, I'll order some of that. And then I was looking at some fruit options because I had actually written down quite a bit. So Eli's up from his nap, so he's going to help me, right? Got all the seeds ordered, and I printed the orders just so I can tell you what I all ordered. The biggest orders from Am I Gardener, I accidentally printed this, 2 things on a side, so I might be forgetting something. Some spearmint, hopefully that's a decent mint for mojitos. Some blush peas, which is going to be for the kids for around their fort. Some cucamelons, also for them. And I can't read this one, but I'll keep going. Italian basil, I'm pretty sure that's the variety I want. Some rainbow carrot mix, some scarlet Nantes carrots, some Danvers carrots, some top crop beans, and contender beans. That's all I ordered, and most of it really was beans. From Seed Savers Exchange, I ordered the King of the North peppers that we liked. I ordered 4 packs of those. From Baker Creek, I ordered 2 things, and it only printed the first page. I can't remember. One of them was actually marshmallow root. It was totally not on my list, but I really wanted it. Oh, the other one is pepperoncinis. I did order some pepperoncini seeds, so I'm excited for that. And then I went ahead on Etsy because I could not find those Italian heirloom tomatoes, and I don't want to go another year without them. So I ordered from Thomas Natural Roots Italian heirloom seeds, so hopefully those do well. I just couldn't find them anywhere else. I ordered from Johnny Seeds some Patterson onions and some King Richard leeks. We've never tried leeks, so I'm excited to do that. The things I did not order that I wanted to order were potatoes. I think this might be the year where I just try buying organic potatoes and planting them, because you guys, seed potatoes are so expensive. I think it was between the shipping and the potatoes themselves to order like 25 pounds, I think was like upwards of, it was like $60 to $80 or something. And yeah, I couldn't justify spending it. I also found some elderberry, some comfrey, and some pawpaw plants all on Etsy that I was looking at, and I just kind of put them into my cart to save for later because they're a little more expensive, and I really would like to find them locally, but I'm probably going to have to actually step foot in a nursery to be able to find some of those things, the elderberry and the pawpaw for sure. And let's see, I think that was it. And my hope was to spend about $100 to $200 because that's how much I budgeted, was $200. I've actually been saving my grocery money for the last couple weeks, haven't been to the store so that we could buy seeds, and I ended up spending $110.12. So I still do actually have almost $90, so I could buy the elderberry, the pawpaw, and the comfrey, but I'm kind of just waiting because I think it would be better if I try to find it in person. But the thing is that the elderberry for sure I tried to find last year and could not. I didn't really put too much effort into it, though. I think I need to drive probably into the cities to find a place that has it. But either way, our seeds are going to be on their way soon, and it will be planting time before we know it. If you enjoyed this video, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe down below. Bye.